John, thanks for being here today. I understand you've been to some of our branches. Can you tell us about what help you got and how that made you feel and whether that helped you to move on to your next step? What's your
Yeah,
experience?
my experience has been fantastic actually. I didn't know that this existed. For 4 years, I struggled as a father trying to deal with this. And in the last year, as a result of looking and searching, I found Families Need Fathers. And as a media and video guy as well, I've been using my skills and talents to help others. And when I came on this course, I am just blown away by the expertise from the psychologists, the solicitors, and things like that. So it's been fantastic.
Brilliant. And how did it make you feel after you first attended a meeting?
Really good. So in Harrow, at the moment, we're still on Zoom, and it would have been difficult for me to travel and to hear the stories of different fathers and how they've navigated through some of these storms and challenges has been inspirational and it's given me hope.
Fantastic. Well, that's really important. That I think, I think what you're saying is what I think we like to hear. That actually, not only are we giving hope, and hopefully some guidance to stop people making mistakes, to keep their minds focused on what's important, which in the end is the children.
Exactly. And, I ironically work in a school, so I have a lot of children who, you think that they're not listening, but you inspire them through your actions, and so it's really positive. So thank you.
Well, fantastic, and thank you for coming today. It's been brilliant having you here.
All right, thank you.
Rich, welcome to your first F&F event.
Thank you.
How did you find out about us?
So, honestly, through Google search. So my story only goes back until November last year, so I'm still quite fresh into this. Court proceedings are yet to come. But once I started understanding what I was being involved in, I was just looking for resources, people to talk to, people to learn from. And actually, it was the Families Need Fathers forum that drove me to then become a member of Families Need Fathers, so the online forum.
So you became a member, went on, and where you can actually
Correct.
type up and raise
Correct.
questions, and other members or even solicitors can answer
And
give you a
yeah,
steer.
and honestly, that's been fantastic. So as a resource, it's been incredible. But for being able to put my own story out there and to get other people's insight and support, so that was where I started. And then I've come here with a friend now who I've met through the forum. We got in touch. We obviously realized we had similar cases, like unfortunately a lot of us do. This event popped up and we just thought it's time to get into it. So I'm slightly outside of London myself, but thought it was very worthwhile to come in.
We are a national charity and we welcome anybody, even for the Central London event. Brilliant. And presumably kind of networking with somebody who's perhaps going through similar experience is a way of kind of realising that you're not alone.
Oh, hugely. And also it gives you some perspective on what you're involved in, but also what other people are going through. Because you have a tendency, obviously, to catastrophize everything for yourself and you feel like, this is the worst it could be. And sadly, it usually isn't. There's always someone going through worse, more protracted, more difficult. So that's a sad aspect of it, but actually it's very refreshing to be able to hear other people's stories as well. And you're on a journey together. So
you felt that maybe you've learned about ways in which you might be able to either avoid any conflict escalating, or at least dealing with it if it is in a difficult place, what would be the next step,
of course,
what you need to do.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. This stuff, it's at the start of a process that my personal involved in. It's a bit scary. It happens very quickly. You don't know what you're involved in, and things ramp up really quickly. But then once you start getting into it, actually the process becomes very drawn out and time-consuming. So finding your transition from that shock that happens early on and then actually starting to get into a process has been very useful. So hearing sort of insights or thoughts around how to balance it is good.
We're probably going to see you at a few more meetings.
100%. Yeah, I'll be coming back.
Brilliant.
I'll be coming back.
Very much.
Thank you.
I actually found out about F&F through Rich, one of the guys here. And then I got an email, I think, saying there was an event. And then I said to Rich, hey, have a look at this. And I had half an intention of going. And then he called me back and said he got tickets already. I'm like, right, so I've got to go.
You come from the other side of the country somewhere.
Yes, I have. Because this is important. There's a lot out there.
I spoke to Rich earlier. Now, are you the person who he met on an online forum?
That's right. Yeah, that's me.
Forum.
So that
Right.
links in. That links in very well. Yeah.
Okay, so you became a member. You decided to use the online forum to try and get some information about what to do.
That's right. I didn't even know there was a forum. It was just through, going through, navigating, and I found it. And I find it quite useful because there's some questions asked and then answers to those questions by trained professionals. And I thought, yeah, this seems like something I'd like to be part of, and perhaps invest some time in order to shed some light on my own situation.
And the forum has been useful.
The forum?
The forum that you were on.
It has, yes, because people ask questions and answers are given objectively, with evidence, which is a bit different from your Facebook and all the other social media sites out there.
And what about today? We've had the day here where we've heard speakers, psychologists and other experts, academics talking
So
about...
I didn't really know what to expect, because this is my first time ever, engaging in this sort of forum. So I really didn't know what to expect. The first bit, to be honest, I found, okay, yeah, because he talked about self-help, but my own interpretation. That's right.
Yeah.
But the key issue is, if you're here, you're already on that track as well. So there isn't perhaps that need to go on so much about it. I think the biggest thing for me, which I don't think I got, is so what? Now what? So what?
Right.
What we're doing. Is there going to be a push towards? That's right.
What do we do? At
Yeah,
this stage, presumably not about changing the law. It's about helping you with the situation.
Awareness.
That you're
What we're
having to
doing
deal
about
with.
it. Are we talking to people? Are we, sticking out billboards, making people aware?
Right.
Because it's crucial. This affects everyone in every way, shape, or form. So I think
We heard earlier there's 90,000 children a year who are affected by private family separation disputes.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of potential for harm for parents and, of course, to the children in particular.
Yeah.
And a public health crisis.
Absolutely, and the trail, that's left in his wake. There's cousins, there's aunties, there's grandparents behind every child, and it's the effect is just. It's
The child's
incredible.
attachments are not just with their parents.
No,
The
far
child's
from it.
attachments broaden out. It's everybody who's on one side of the family who tends to be affected.
That's right.
So, have you been to any of our support meetings yet? Or
No. Like I said, this is my first ever engagement ever in anything like this.
Well, you're from Somerset. Is it?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I can't remember what we've got in Somerset. Now we've got.
There is in Exeter.
In Exeter.
Yeah, so I've been online twice, and I do engage them as well.
Good.
Yeah.
But, we do have meetings up and down the country, and some of them are still online. Some of them are now beginning to take place face to face. And it was really great that you were able to make it here, and glad you got something out of it.
Yeah.
It's a long trip to make. So.
Yeah. I sort of merged it into other things, so it's not just
Brilliant.
this, but yeah. Well, the main effort was to come here today and to do some active engagement.
Well, thank you so much for coming, and hopefully you'll continue to network and.
I hope so.
And
I
get
hope so
some
too.
more benefits out of what we can do. It's
Thank
a
you.
hard job. We've got a big job to do.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot of great volunteers and people to help us. So thank you.
No, thank you.